The basement.
The basement.
No!
The basement.
Oh, the basement.
Final on that.
The basement.
Oh boy.
No!
Oh boy.
Am I dead?
The basement.
But nobody ever says that.
The basement.
The basement.
Wait.
The basement.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Basement. I'm Stan,
I'm Guy.
and this is part 3 of our July 2016 Wrestling Roundtable. In this section, we're just going to cover some of the random stuff that's going on in ultimately the WWE universe, but in the wrestling universe, really. So, the first thing, and I think it's the thing that is probably on most plates, I mean, most people are aware of it, is yesterday, the Brock Lesnar-Mark Hunt match occurred at UFC 200. And Lesnar won. I watched parts and pieces of the match, and I think Lesnar proved that he is Brock Lesnar and he's a beast.
I didn't see any of the match, but I watched the post-match interview with Joe Rogan, where he comes into the octagon and interviews the winner. And he immediately threw Brock Lesnar back into the title mix, because he was like, Brock, what does it feel like that you're back in the mix with, only one match?
Well, he went in and he beat a guy who was ranked number 8. And I'm far from an expert on MMA. I'm sure there's going to be people who watch this video and are like, he doesn't know what he's talking about, because I really don't. But from what I saw, round 1, Brock was unbelievably good. He got, he didn't go right in. That was the first thing that was kind of shocking. He didn't go right in and just go for the takedown. There was kind of a feel it out period, and then he went in and he looked like Brock Lesnar of old. And I have the utmost respect for Brock Lesnar. If for some reason Brock Lesnar ever watched this, I don't want him to think that I'm saying anything bad about him, but he's not a great fighter. He's not a boxer. He's not, it's not about punching. It's about going in there, ground and pound, take him down to the mat, beat on him. And that's what he did in that first round, and he dominated. And Mark Hunt is no slouch. He's a one-punch knockout guy. He could one-punch knockout me, I know that. So, not that it takes much. Got kind of a glass jaw, but that being said, round 2, it looked like he almost looked gassed a little bit in round 2. And it was a little bit sloppier. Round 3 came back, he looked good, he didn't look quite that tired, and even maybe he was tired, but he just went in and he's a beast, and he went back to the takedown strategy, and ultimately that's what Brock Lesnar does. The big question, not so much talking about the match, is where does it go from here?
Yeah, what is he going to go back? Or is he going to ask McMahon to let him do things periodically again with the UFC? Or is it just a one-off thing like it's billed as?
I've seen a lot of people out there people who are MMA fans, people who have knowledge of the MMA, of UFC, saying that this should, both sides, this should be it. He came back, he proved he can do it, and now he should walk away. I've also seen, hey, he can come back, he's proved that he can do it, and he should stick around. It's not necessarily the most exciting thing to watch, of Lesnar keeping a guy on the ground and beating on him, but it's effective, and I think that regardless of what he chooses, he has proven that he's still a dominant guy. I mean, he's almost 40.
Yeah.
In his comments, obviously he said, hey, I'm facing Randy Orton at SummerSlam. That's what's next on the plate for me. But after that, who knows? So he kind of left it open. Either way, I'm not going to be disappointed, because he's talented.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar will be Brock Lesnar wherever he goes. So.
And ultimately, I think that he's a guy that, barring a major injury in a UFC fight, he could go to SummerSlam, face Randy Orton, whatever happens, happens, leave again for a while, and he could come back to the WWE at 42, 43, 44, 45, and his body hasn't taken the punishment. He's still in great shape and healthy, and he could come back then and be the beast in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, he's a part-timer, so it'll be what it'll be.
Yep.
Just, it's cool to see, you get some haters out there that just like, oh, wrestling's so fake, blah, 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 and there's proof that these guys are athletes.
Yeah.
He went into UFC, which is very much a legitimate MMA circle, and it's a legitimate MMA organization, and proved that he has what it takes.
Unlike someone else so far.
We got 201. That's when it's supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? My personal opinions, I'm just gonna hit it quick, of CM Punk is that he's gonna get beat.
Yeah. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, but
And it's not, has nothing to do with, I don't care, come back to WWE. I don't care if you come back to WWE. That doesn't matter to me. I just think that he's gonna go in there and get beat because it's totally different. They're both legitimate. They both take a lot of physical skill, a lot of strength and stamina and training. It's just a matter of I don't know that he's old, not old, older.
he's pretty old, man.
Well, I mean, I hate to call any late 30s, early 40s people old because that's not really old anymore.